Morning traders, right, it is, what is it, it's the 14th of, no it's not, it's the 13th of April, doesn't really matter anyway, 2023, and this morning I took a gold trade just based on a strategy that I haven't used for a while. Basically you must have dozens of ways to make money on my Twitter feed now. H4 candles, H1 candles, all using 3CRs, Aaron's fantastic indicator, and the momentum indicators. 2B reversals, 1, 2, 3 reversals. But the lines, the important levels can be drawn on an H4 chart, like I did this morning with gold. I can't show you that chart because it's live at the moment in a trade, but I'll show you how I approached it very simply on this chart here. So the new 4-hour candle closes in 3 hours. Yeah, that is right, counting down roughly. So an hour ago this didn't exist. So all I've got on my charts are these levels, all of these levels here, recent levels. They're the only really important ones to me anyway. To build a plan on. So how do I build a plan? Right, well, first off, I know that we have to break out the high, the low, and the open and close of this red candle here on this DAX chart. So you can see the times and things on here. Stick a level on the top of that candle and on the bottom of that candle. So now we have room to the high, low, open, close of that candle. I'm using some old scripts that I wrote. So the flip, what I call the flip or the open and close, doesn't have the details on it. So the open and close of this candle, these two, close there, open there. So you can see that is important. Then the high of that candle, and remember I'm a scalper, so I'd want the high of that candle on there too, because let's say it was halfway, it was there, it would affect price. It's not, so it doesn't really matter, but that's the thought processes. If that wick wasn't so large, it would be a line, an important level. As a scalper, that's probably 15 pips or something, or 150 points if you want on DAX. So that level would be important to me. There isn't anything really of importance here. This area here is obviously very important because it stop price there, stop price there, stop price when it was coming down there, and stopped it there. So you'd want that sort of flip area in as well, that price pivot zone there. So then you know you've got clear air there, or should I say there, when this was moving up until that point there, which if we do put a rough guide on there, it's 26 pips or 264 points, whatever you want to call it. So and that's it, that's the plan. You could then if it went down, because I'm not worried, I'll trade it long or short, depending on my lowest time frames, the M5, M15, and M1 for the entry oscillator, or histogram rather, values. So you know the entries, you know, I've talked about them a million times now on Twitter and on my previous videos. Not making so many videos now, I just don't have the time. I'm busy developing robots and stuff like that, automated trading. So then how do we approach this? Well, you could cover your charts with lines using the lower time frames. You know, I've got the pivot levels on there, which obviously get respected well. You know, once we get a breakout of this high, that's gonna look interesting. You could always be careful, look left as well, but because we've got H4, you've got all the main levels on there as a scalper. Nothing much to worry about. So once you broke that pivot, you've got your perfect, you can see you've got your bust. Well, you had a bust over here. This looks good to the long side actually. Bust here, pull back, break and close up. But this is H1, remember, and I don't trade H1. So this is good for a longer term view of what's happening. You do not want to trade against growing momentum, in other words, short. And you know, the TMA doesn't lie either. You do not want to be trading against all this strength. But remember, I wasn't looking for a trade at this point here. I'm looking for a trade at this point here. So let's go back to H4 again, because I didn't cover the alert. So remember, we're here. So I would want to set an alert below that level there. Oh, I didn't fill in that flip zone either. I should have filled in that. I do apologise. Gone for the 3 levels there. Not sure what happened there. There, and there. So these will be important if you want to really cover yourself as a scalper, say, in every eventuality. Then cover that one as well. So we've got that one and that one and that one and that one. Okay. So now remember, we're here inside this red candle here. So I want to set an alert just below trading. Just right click your mouse, alert. As you can see, that little red level there, that's the alert. So when it's approaching that level, I could be making breakfast, toast, whatever. It's still not even breakfast time yet. I haven't had my breakfast. And I've made my money. Then you're ready for potential longs. And I'm on the beach again, so you can hear cars and seagulls in the background. Let's set an alert. Oh, we didn't do that low. Oh no, that low didn't exist, did it? Sorry. So we want to set an alert just above. So right click, trading, alert, above that level there. So you can catch the potential shorts. But remember, you've got to look at other levels, these gaps between these levels, as your potential profits. So you don't really want to be considered trading until you've broken below this flip zone here now. So let's put an alert there as well. Oh, that needs to be moved up, so you can drag and drop these things. In fact, we'll do that when we go on the lower time frame. So let's get down to the lower time frames now. So that alert needs to be dragged and dropped up a bit. Oh, it's the sorry. See if we can get it. Yeah, there it is. And then you can see, so once this alert was triggered here, I would have been looking towards longs, and as you can see now, you've got some perfect looking histograms going on now. That's the perfect break up, and as I said, this did look on the H1 that it was going to continue up, because that is higher than that level there. You can put levels on your histos as well. So I want to see that broken with power. You could start to look, you can drop down the lower time frame. This is what I mean by multi-time frame analysis. Remember, I can draw these as well. If I'm here, I can make a plan, and I've got that line there, the yellow line. I can make a plan and say, once that yellow line is broken, that's when I want to be going long. As you can see, it was perfect. The yellow line wasn't broken with this one. So that is technically not a bust. That's the bust up. This is the pullback. This is the break and close. Well, it didn't break and close that yellow line, if that wasn't clear to you before. As time goes by, the RSI bust, pullback, break and close was devised as a result of the 3CR years ago now, when I started to tweet as a result of COVID lockdown, boredom. But as you can see now, the TMA coincides with that perfectly. So that was the entry. Okay, that is the trigger bar. So and that's it. That's all you're looking at. Now you can learn. So you teach yourself. These things will teach you how to use them. No one taught me about the RSI histo. No one taught me about the TMA slope. I taught myself. So why not teach yourself as well? Don't let me try and spoon feed you. So you know, as you can see, using the lower time frames, you could have possibly got a quicker entry, earlier entry. But you got to remember, you know, you can get reversals, but if the higher time frames are telling you you can only go long, remember that you can only go long. The lower time frames, just the lower time frames, are ways of getting into trades faster. You could also draw an ascending trend line. You see me draw these pretty vague trend lines. I'm not worried about whether it's the wick or the line chart or whatever, although I do like line charts better, so that would look a lot nicer to me, because the line charts are the open and close of price. That's the proper trend line if you're going to get all pedantic about it. So you can see it looks a mess to your traditional trend line drawers. But I'll show you how these alerts work. You put the alert below the price to get an alert on the break of the low, trading alert, and that should trigger, and you put it above the price for the long alert, trading alert, and that will trigger. We'll tighten that up a bit, and you should get a little noise in a moment. So if you're not familiar with MT4, it is free. It is, and you know, if it's a free tool and it does the job for you, don't tell me you don't trade on MT4, you want indicators on TradingView or whatever. There you go, that's an alert to the short side. So when this, you know, approaches your levels drawn based on the H4 charts, you will get an alert like that, and that's the long alert, all right? So that's it. You can change the sounds. You could even put a voice and it'll say long alert or whatever. You can record your own voice and put it in the sound files on MT4. That's still alerting because it's broken that level now. You can move it up again and get another alert. With any luck, it will do what it's told. Yeah, there it goes. It's just broken that level now. So that's easy. So how to use H4 levels to find trades, how to use alerts on your charts, and if you say you haven't got all of this stuff on, all of my indicators, every one of them is free. They're not, well, I couldn't care less. TradingView, in my view, in my opinion, should be creating indicators from MT4 to their platform as a free service, because you're paying them to be a member of TradingView. So they didn't, so I stopped using them. Stop paying them. It's their problem. Okay, guys, that's it. How to use the RSI histo, the TMA slope. It's all on your charts. Teach yourself how to use it, and how to build a plan based on recent H4 candle. It's going to break out one way or the other, and it will give you a valid signal one way or the other. That is a trading plan. Set alerts, study charts, set alerts, or should I say, study your charts, draw levels, set alerts, relax, and go and make a cup of coffee or something. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a great day. And don't pay the scammers. Every charger will be a scammer. Now, how do I switch this new? Ah, there it is there.